All right, today is Monday, June 30th, 2025, and I fell into the work today and worked for like 3 hours on the Book Proposal Accelerator. Specifically, I was creating my author CV. I've kind of decided to forgo creating a full CV and just focusing on the author components of it. My assistant is still working on some elements, like about my speaking engagements, but today I tracked down every question mark podcast I've ever been on as a guest, some articles I've written, bylines for certain publications, stuff like that. It kind of took a while. I worked up this author CV, the formatting and so forth. I don't know if it's exactly right, but it's probably enough to go on anyway as a first draft. So that's mostly what I did today. And then I also got feedback back about my author description that's going to actually go into the proposal, and I edited that description according to the feedback, and I feel pretty good about that now. So for the rest of this week, and there's only 3 more days left of this Book Proposal Accelerator, I need to finish the last 2 lessons, so I'm going to jump onto that tomorrow. Good morning. Today is Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. I did not record a video yesterday, but I did work for 3.5 or 4 hours inside the accelerator. So just slipped my mind to record a video at the end of it. I did a lot. Let's see. I'm on to lesson 11, which is called the details or something like that. So it's about some of the final, more minor, not as writing intensive aspects of a book proposal that we may be asked for. So for example, stuff like, are you requesting that illustrations and figures are included with your book? What's the expected date of completion of the manuscript? What is the expected word count? Who might you suggest as peer reviewers for this manuscript? So I got a little, not bogged down, but I was just working through all those details. And I did get a little caught on the peer review question because my work has never been through peer review. And I don't really know who to suggest as peer reviewers, but thankfully I asked a question in the community and Laura got back to me really quickly and helped me understand what the presses were looking for. So I do think I can now answer that question about suggesting potential peer reviewers. So I've started going back through my materials and actually assembling a single document for each press that I'm submitting to, and I'm planning to submit to 3. Starting to assemble a single document and mapping their exact requests to what I've prepared through the accelerator program and making sure that there is a match there, or I know how it needs to be modified to fit what the press is looking for. So I'm a little bit rushing on this because tomorrow is the last day of this program. So I would really like today, and I don't have a ton of time to work, but I would really like today to get those submissions assembled and just make sure I know that I have all the components and ask for feedback for any final components. So plenty left to do, but yesterday I did get a lot done, and I'm well on my way to finishing this proposal in time for the accelerator to be done, in time to submit in the coming weeks, maybe by the end of the month. Very exciting. I will check in later. Today is Thursday, July 3rd, 2025, and this will be my last video. I actually finished the accelerator yesterday. It was a late evening, so I didn't record a video, but yeah, I worked several more hours on my materials yesterday, and ultimately, yes, I would say that I am finished. I have 3 versions of my book proposal, which I plan to submit to 3 different presses, specific acquisitions editors at those presses. I have written cover letters for all of them. That is all ready to go. The only thing that I need to do next before I submit these is revisit my sample chapter. So I have a sample chapter. I wrote it over the course of the last year. I haven't looked at it in a month or 2. And so I just want to edit that, make sure it represents what I'm trying to do with the book now that I've been through the accelerator and I have a different perspective on it, and make sure that the chapter still represents the book well. And then I'm going to submit these proposals and everything. So I'm super excited to do that. Maybe sometime next week, I'll make another video when I do. But I just want to give a huge shout out to Dr. Laura Portwood-Stacer of Manuscript Works and her team, because I thought this was an excellent professional development experience, probably the best one I've had in my career as a financial educator. So I'm just really happy I took this accelerator and that I have these finished book proposals, one proposal, 3 versions of it, that are ready to go. I'm super happy about that.